Cary Grant, comprehensive biography, Cary Grant. Born Archibald Alec Leach on January 18, 1904, in Horfield, Bristol, England. Grew up in a working-class family. His father, Elias James Leach, was a tailor's presser, and his mother, Elsie Maria Leach, was a seamstress. The family lived in a modest terraced house, and young Archie faced a turbulent childhood. At age 9, his mother disappeared, committed to a mental institution by his father, who told Archie she had died a truth Grant only learned decades later. This loss profoundly affected him, shaping his reserved and self-reliant nature. At 14, Archie was expelled from Fairfield Grammar School for sneaking into the girls' lavatory, a minor scandal that marked the end of his formal education. Drawn to the stage, he joined the Bob Pender stage troupe, a traveling acrobatic act. In 1918, performing as a stilt walker and juggler, he honed his physical grace and comedic timing. In 1920, the troupe took him to New York City, where he decided to stay, working odd jobs like selling ties and performing in vaudeville. Early career in the 1920s. Archie Leach transformed himself into Cary Grant, adopting a polished persona to erase his Bristol roots. He performed in Broadway musicals like Golden Dawn 1927 and Boom Boom 1929, earning praise for his charm and athleticism. In 1931, he moved to Hollywood, signing with Paramount Pictures. The studio suggested the name Cary Grant, inspired by his initials and a character he'd played. His first film, This Is the Night 1932, showcased his debonair style, though he initially struggled with typecasting in forgettable roles. Grant's breakthrough came with She Done Him Wrong 1933, starring opposite Mae West. His suave demeanor and chemistry with West made him a star. By the mid-1930s, he was a leading man in films like Sylvia Scarlett 1935 with Katharine Hepburn, where his Cockney roots added authenticity. Frustrated with Paramount's control, he became one of the first actors to go freelance in 1936, allowing him to choose roles that showcased his versatility. The late 1930s and 1940s were Grant's golden era. He starred in screwball comedies that defined his persona: charming, witty, and effortlessly elegant. Films like The Awful Truth 1937, Bringing Up Baby 1938, and His Girl Friday 1940 highlighted his comedic timing and chemistry with co-stars like Irene Dunne, Hepburn, and Rosalind Russell. His role in The Philadelphia Story 1940 solidified his status as Hollywood's quintessential leading man, blending sophistication with vulnerability. Dramatic roles and Hitchcock, Cary Grant, renowned for his comedic flair, also demonstrated remarkable depth in dramatic roles, particularly in his 4 collaborations with director Alfred Hitchcock, where he balanced charm with complexity. While Grant's screwball comedies defined his early stardom, he sought roles that showcased his range. In Penny Serenade 1941, he played a grieving husband opposite Irene Dunne, earning his first Oscar nomination for his emotional portrayal of a man navigating marital and personal loss. His second nomination came for None But the Lonely Heart 1944, where he portrayed a drifter facing existential struggles, revealing a raw, introspective side rarely seen in his lighter roles. These performances proved Grant could handle heavy emotional material. Moving beyond his polished persona, Hitchcock collaborations. Grant's work with Alfred Hitchcock produced some of his most iconic roles, blending sophistication, vulnerability, and suspense. Suspicion 1941, Grant played Johnny Icegarth, a charming but potentially murderous husband opposite Joan Fontaine. His ambiguous performance, oscillating between lovable rogue and sinister threat, kept audiences guessing, though the studio softened the ending to preserve his image. Notorious 1946 as T.R. Devlin, a U.S. agent. Grant delivered a layered performance alongside Ingrid Bergman, His character's mix of cold professionalism and suppressed love for Bergman's Alicia created one of cinema's most compelling romantic dynamics. Set against an espionage backdrop, *O Catch a Thief, 1955 Grant portrayed John Roby, a retired cat burglar opposite Grace Kelly. The role leaned on his debonair charm, but added a layer of moral ambiguity, as Roby worked to clear his name in a glamorous, suspense-filled Riviera setting. North by Northwest, 1959, widely considered a career pinnacle. Grant's role as Roger Thornhill, an ad executive mistaken for a spy, showcased his ability to blend humor, romance, and action. From the crop duster chase to the Mount Rushmore climax, Grant's everyman-turned-hero defined the modern thriller. Protagonist Hitchcock's genius lay in exploiting Grant's charisma while pushing him into morally complex or perilous situations, creating a unique synergy that elevated both their legacies. These roles cemented Grant's versatility, proving he could captivate audiences in suspense as effectively as in comedy. Later career. By the 1950s, Grant was one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, starring in hits like An Affair to Remember 1957 with Deborah Kerr. He took risks, playing darker roles in Indiscreet 1958 and lighter ones in Operation Petticoat 1959, concerned about aging. He retired in 1966 after Walk, Don't Run, wanting to leave the screen while still at his peak. His final film role was fittingly lighthearted, preserving his image as a timeless star. Personal life. Grant's personal life was complex. He married 5 times: Virginia Cherrelle, 1934 to 1935; Barbara Hutton, 1942 to 1945; Betsy Drake, 1949 to 1962; Diane Cannon, 1965 to 1968; and Barbara Harris, 1981 to 1986. His marriage to Cannon produced his only child, Jennifer Grant. Born in 1966, despite his polished image, Grant battled insecurities, stemming from his mother's absence and his father's alcoholism. He experimented with LSD therapy in the 1950s, seeking emotional clarity, which he later credited with personal growth. Grant was dogged by rumors about his sexuality, partly due to his close friendship with Randolph Scott, with whom he shared a home in the 1930s, while some biographers suggest he was bisexual. No definitive evidence exists, and Grant never addressed the speculation publicly. Retirement and legacy. After retiring, Grant reinvented himself as a businessman, serving on the board of Fabergé and MGM. He remained active, traveling for speaking engagements and mentoring younger actors. In 1986, while preparing for a performance in Davenport, Iowa, he suffered a fatal stroke at age 8. Cary Grant appeared in 72 films, earning 2 Oscar nominations and an honorary Oscar in 1974. His contributions to cinema. His influence endures. In his iconic roles, blending sophistication, humor, and humanity. From Bristol streets to Hollywood's heights, Grant crafted a persona that remains synonymous with timeless charm. Filmography. She Done Him Wrong, 1933. The Awful Truth, 1937. Bringing Up Baby, 1938. His Girl Friday, 1940. The Philadelphia Story, 1940. Suspicion, 1941. Notorious, 1946. Awards and Honors. Honorary Academy Award, 1970. Kennedy Center Honors, 1981. An Affair to Remember, 1957. North by Northwest, 1959. Charade, 1963. Virginia Cherrelle, 1934 to 1935. An American actress known for City Lights, 1931. The marriage was brief. In divorce, due to Grant's demanding career and their differing lifestyles. They had no children. Barbara Hutton, 1942 to 1945, heiress to the Woolworth fortune. Their marriage faced public scrutiny as a perceived mismatch of class and wealth. No children were born, and they divorced amicably, remaining friends. Betsy Drake, 1949 to 1962, an actress and writer who influenced Grant's interest in self-improvement, including his LSD therapy experiments. They co-starred in Every Girl Should Be Married 1948. The marriage ended due to growing apart. With no children, Diane Cannon, 1965 to 1968, an actress. 33 years younger than Grant. Their marriage produced Grant's only child, Jennifer. The relationship was tumultuous, marked by Grant's controlling nature and Cannon's independence, leading to a bitter divorce. Barbara Harris, 1981 to 1986, a British publicist Grant married late in life. Their 23-year age gap drew attention, but the marriage was stable and lasted until his death. They had no children. Jennifer Grant, born February 26, 1966, Grant's only child. Born to Diane Cannon. She pursued acting, appearing in shows like Beverly Hills 90210, and later wrote a memoir, Good, about her father. She has two children, Carrie Benjamin and Davian Adele, and has maintained a low-profile life. Sons. Cary Grant had no sons. Death details: Cary Grant died on November 29, 1986, at age 82, in Davenport, Iowa. He suffered a cerebral hemorrhage stroke. While preparing for a public speaking event, part of his A Conversation with Cary Grant tour, he was taken to St. Luke's Hospital, where he passed away that evening. His body was cremated, and his ashes were scattered, with no public funeral per his wishes. His fifth wife, Barbara Harris, and daughter, Jennifer, survived him. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more The World of Hollywood's most glamorous stars. In this video, we take you inside the luxurious lifestyles of top Hollywood actors, from million-dollar mansions and exotic cars to red carpet fashion and daily routines. Thank you.